Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me once again. And yeah, we're gonna get right into it. I just wanted to kind of piggyback off of the video that I posted last week in terms of the weight of survival mode. And it's just some details that I might not have, that I might have forgot about, because I know that some people might be struggling with what I struggled with last year, or before you get to the point that I was at, because I think my body just had a breaking point. And so I just want to make sure I share some of the key points of how I pretty much overcame it. And there's still things that I'm overcoming and things that I'm still healing through. That's a forever thing. You know, if you've been a certain way for most of your life, it's like you're trying to unlearn a lot of old habits. So it's not like, oh, once I start getting into my healing phase, it just happens automatically and happens overnight. Of course, that doesn't happen. But these are just some of the things I had to look at in order for me to overcome some of the anxiety I felt, some of the depression I felt, because I feel like everything just hit me all at once. But although I might have thought, dang, this came out of nowhere, like, when am I going to get back to my old self? It really didn't. It really didn't. So I'm going to give you guys a few key points that I think might help you along your journey if you're experiencing this, or if you know, are on that journey as well with me. And yeah, one of the main things that I made sure to start doing was to listen to my body. That was the one thing I started to do, because I realized that, you know, I would have certain aches and pains, or I might be feeling something, but I'll just keep moving. I'll just keep moving and keep moving. And although you have things to do, I mean, especially as an adult, you have things to do. Sometimes you can't stop. Sometimes, you know, you have to go to work. You have to get up and do the things that you need to do. And I think, like, if you were raised off of survival, a lot of times you're taught to grind. You know, you have to, you know, you have to be moving. You have to make sure that you are on your P's and Q's. You can't let an opportunity miss you. You just have to be on go. And while that is good, I think there also has to be balance. Because if you don't have balance, then you will kind of get thrown off course, because you're so busy trying to get there that you're not paying attention to your body. And now it's going to take you longer to get there, because now you're thrown off, because now your body is responding to you not listening to it. So that is one of the key things that I've definitely started doing. Like, if I'm not feeling well, I'm not going to work, you know, or if I feel like an ache in my body, I listen to that, you know, or even if it's some type of emotion that I'm feeling, I listen to that. And if somebody invites me somewhere and I'm not feeling it, like something in my body is saying no, I don't go. You know, sometimes we want to overextend ourselves, and sometimes, you know, people pleasing is a part of that too, you know, survival mode, because we're just trying to please people. We're not thinking about our own emotions, our own feelings. And so I think that is a key factor in making sure that you listen to your body. Don't allow anyone else to make you feel bad about the decisions you have to make for yourself, because at the end of the day, you're the one that has the answer to all of that. So another key point would be to gain new perspective. So for me, that is untraining myself in my old thought patterns. And I learned that has also led me down the wrong road sometimes, you know, and then I would stress myself out, overthinking. Just so many things came with me not being able to gain, or me not having different perspectives on things. So then I would automatically think this way about something, just because my old experiences or my past experience with people or in different situations caused me to think about certain things a certain way. Or if there was an outcome in a situation before, then my automatic thought process was to go to that way of thinking. So gaining new perspective has definitely been one of the things that has helped me on this journey. It's helped me to stop overthinking. Because overthinking, I would like take a long time to make a decision, because I'm thinking like, what if I make the wrong decision? And I'll tell you guys where that comes from. It comes from not trusting yourself. Not to say that's everyone experience that is indecisive, but I will say sometimes you do have to look deeper in and say, hey, why am I scared to make this decision? Do I trust the decisions I make for myself? Am I making the right decision for myself? So there's so many layers. Like when I was telling you guys in the last video that I had to peel back so many layers, because there's always pieces connected to something else that you didn't even think about. And I know a lot of these things can be related to childhood trauma or just trauma and from different experiences. But just to go back to what I was saying, gaining new perspective has definitely helped me to stop overthinking, to have a little bit more patience when it comes to certain things. Now, patience is something I'm still working on. Not going to say that I'm perfect in that area, but I will say that I'm a lot better than I was a year ago. And just the way that I respond to people and not feeling like everything is a personal attack, because a lot of times someone can give a perspective and it might not be to judge or debate with you, but it's just to give perspective. And I would kind of take it personal as if they're saying that what I'm saying is wrong, or maybe they're listening or thinking about what I'm saying in a different way. And because we're going to misunderstand each other as human beings. If you're always looking to be validated, you're always going to feel misunderstood. That's just a thing. So I had to really look at so many different things, especially when it comes to gaining new perspective. That has been a great way, because your mind, the way you see things will definitely determine how you see life and how you show up. So think about that. Just think about that. And another thing would be to know when to ask for help. I know sometimes this world can make us hard because it's hard to be vulnerable, because people from our past experiences or just different things didn't work out the way we wanted them to. And so sometimes we just want to find the solution. We want to find the answers. And it's okay to be like, hey, it doesn't make you weak. It does not make you weak to ask for help. It's okay to say, hey, I'm trying to figure this out or figure that out. You're not the smartest person in the world. You're not going to have all the answers to everything. So God created other human beings so that you can have a community to assist you when you don't have it all figured out. And no one's ever going to have it all figured out, because we all don't have every answer to everything. There's always multiple ways to do things. And what might look right for your situation might, look differently in another person's, circumstances or situation. But just asking for help, knowing when to ask for help, is wise. It's definitely a wise trait to have, because you don't want to be that person that ends up exhausted when you have the people right there that's able to help you, but you just refuse because your ego or your pride or whatever that is not allowing you to just ask for help. But yeah, that is definitely very important factor. And we just have to not allow our past experiences to dictate where we're going. And also just use discernment about who you have around you. Use discernment about who you have around you. That is another way to allow yourself to have those people around you where you feel safe and you don't feel like you have to be guarded all the time. Because trust me, I understand that. I had to learn from friendships, from different relationships. But once you grow wiser and you grow from your old thought patterns and just things that you're unlearning, you'll begin to see and determine who your people are. And it's all from trial and error. We're not going to always get it right. So don't think just because you've gotten certain things figured out that you can't get it wrong again. Because some of those lessons will show up multiple times and they can show up differently. So that's why I try not to make anyone feel bad about how they might respond to certain situations, even though they might have grown, because, sometimes some people have a way of finding blind spots. So you also just pay attention to that. But we're never going to be perfect. So there's that. So that's another way. That's a new perspective. We're never going to be perfect. So don't ever think that the way you operate and the way you show up has to be perfect, because that's not realistic. But yeah, just be wise enough to ask for help, and that is okay. This is another thing that I wanted to share with you guys that I think a lot of people tend to get wrong on their healing journey. And that is knowing when to face your challenges. I know sometimes we live in this world of toxic positivity, when to not always think negatively about things, or knowing when to protect your peace, or knowing when to retreat. But that's not real life. We're humans. And so you do have to know how to face your challenges and know when to put your best foot forward. So the things that we're praying to God for us to overcome, sometimes you have to just face it. You have to just face it's not going to automatically be instilled in you if that's not who you are as a person naturally. You have to actually grow through those things by actually facing those challenges. You might look crazy trying to do it. It might feel uncomfortable, but that's a part of the process. It's not just always retreating or always going to be happy thoughts. It's not going to always look like that. So that's going to help you get mentally strong if nothing else does. Not just always protecting your peace and always thinking it's going to be sunshine and rainbows. You know, you have to know that there's balance. You're a human being. You're not perfect. You're not going to show up perfect. So don't feel like you have to be. Just the most important part is you showing up every day, making sure every day when you wake up that you're going to be better than how you showed up the day before. And that's all that matters. So yeah, guys, that was just another key point that I wanted to share with you guys. But yeah, I just want to keep the conversation going. Share your comments and share your thoughts in the comments. And until next time, bye.